In a bustling city lived a 24-year-old young man named Adrian. His mind was restless, always caught between regrets of the past and fears of the future. He couldn't sleep well, couldn't focus, and felt like life was slipping away in a storm of thoughts. One day, Adrian heard of a wise old man who once had been a renowned architect. This man had designed grand buildings that touched the sky and bridges that united cities. But in his later years, he left the fame of the city behind and moved to a mountain village, where he now built something far more important: peace within the human mind. Hope sparked in Adrian's heart. He booked a flight and traveled across cities to meet this man. After hours of journeying through winding mountain roads, he finally reached a quiet village where the mountains stood tall, almost touching the clouds. There, in front of a small stone house covered with ivy, the old architect sat calmly, sketching patterns in the dirt with a stick. His face was peaceful, like a perfectly balanced structure. Adrian approached and bowed. "Grandfather," he said, "my mind is full of noise. I cannot stop thinking. Can you help me find peace?" The architect looked at him and smiled gently. "You seek peace, my boy. Then let me give you a task." He filled a glass with water until it was brimming and handed it to Adrian. "Climb that mountain. Circle it 7 times without spilling a drop. Then drink half the water and climb once more. When you come down, refill the glass with this bottle until it is full again, and then return to me." Adrian held the glass tightly and began. With careful steps, he circled the mountain 7 times. His eyes stayed fixed on the trembling surface of the water. The wind blew, villagers passed by, and dogs barked, but he heard and saw nothing. His whole being was anchored to the glass. As instructed, he drank half the water. His thirst eased, but as he climbed again, distractions broke in. He heard the barking of a dog and felt afraid. He noticed villagers watching and whispering. "They must think I'm foolish," he thought, "climbing mountains with a glass of water." His mind was restless again. Finally, when he descended, he refilled the glass from the water bottle until it was full. And in that moment, his mind grew quiet again. The noise, the whispers, even his fears all vanished. His focus returned entirely to the water. When he returned, the architect asked, "Tell me, what did you experience?" Adrian replied, "When the glass was full, I focused only on it. I saw and heard nothing else. But when I drank, I started noticing everything: the villagers, the barking dog, even my own embarrassment. Yet when I filled the glass again, my focus returned, and once more, the world outside disappeared." The architect nodded with a wise smile. "That, my boy, is the lesson. A full glass is like a well-built structure, solid, balanced, and steady. When your mind is full of the present moment, there is no space for fear, no room for judgment, no cracks for distraction. But when you empty yourself, you let the outside noise seep in, just like weak foundations let a building collapse. If you want peace, you must build your mind like an architect builds a tower, anchored, focused, and standing strong against the storms around it." Adrian bowed deeply. For the first time he understood. True peace was not outside. It was something he could design and build within himself, brick by brick, moment by moment. He left the mountain not as a restless young man, but as someone who had just learned to become the architect of his own mind.